Hey, how's it going, guys? All right, today we're gonna go ahead and do another squirt around, but this time it's gonna be a 6-inch offset. About a video ago, we did, I believe, a also 7x7 square with a 4-inch diameter circle, but I believe it was a 1.5-inch offset. This time we're gonna go ahead and take this circle out of the square, so it's gonna be a 6-inch offset. All right, let's do this. Okay, so let's go ahead and start doing a 7x7 square. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and divide this square in 4 sections. One, two, 3.5. 2, 3.5. 2, 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. Okay, let's go ahead and make our lines. Now this vertical line, I'm going to go ahead and go all the way down, since we know that our circle is going to be right here. So I'll just take advantage of this line. So it'll be one less step I'll have to take. Okay, so we say we're going to have a 6-inch offset. That means that we're going to go center to center 6 inches. So it's going to look like this. So here's the center of the square. We're going to go 6 inches down. And that 6 inches right here is going to be the center of our circle. So that's what we're going to make right here. So let's go ahead and take our tape measure here and go down 6 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which is right there. You can see 6 inches. Now that is going to be our circle. So we're going to make a 4-inch circle. So you're going to take your compass and open it up to 2 inches. Lock it in place. Put your sharp point on the 6-inch offset and make your circle. Perfect. All right. So now that we got that, now let's go ahead and make these in pies so we can get our numbers down. So since we already got our vertical line, we can use these as a reference and start dividing this. Okay. Okay. So I'll do this side here as well. Okay, let's go ahead and make the other pies. So we're going to close our compass a little bit more and start swinging some arcs. Feel weird having the pinky out. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and line up the arcs to the center of the circle. Throw marks right there. Line up the arcs with the center of the circle. Do a notch right there. Same thing on the other side. And last one is right here. Try it right there. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and number these. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. They'll be sharing this portion right here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and make sections A and section B. So we're going to call this section A, and this will be section B. Okay, so section A is going to be from here to here, and then section B is going to be from here to here. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and make our true length triangle. So this is going to be a little bit difficult. Let me see if I can make it fit all right here. So we want a 4-inch height. So again, a true length triangle is a horizontal and vertical lines that meet at one point, which is here in this case, and this is to determine the true length from one point to the other. Okay, so I'm going to go and draw a vertical and a horizontal line, a random baseline like that, and we're going to go ahead and give it a 4-inch height. So you're going to start from where the vertical and horizontal lines meet and count up 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. So your 4-inch mark is right there. So that's your 4-inch. Okay, and this is going to be let's call it a like triangle A. Let's go ahead and make a B for this side here. So we're going to have these numbers over on this side. So let's see, let's go ahead and put a random, let's go ahead and put one right around here. Might be confusing for you guys, but hopefully you guys can understand and read this. I'm sure if you've seen these the other videos, hopefully by now these lines will make sense. So we're going to go ahead and make another true length triangle right here. So this true length triangle is going to be B. And again, we're going to go ahead and give it a 4-inch height mark. So count from where the both vertical and horizontal lines meet, which is right here, and go up 4 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and transfer our information from the circle onto our true length triangles. Okay, so start with A. Make this a little bit better. So this will be A, this will be B. Okay, so A1. So 1, A. Lock it in place. Put your sharp point on here. Strike an arc on the base. And this will be 1. 1. Okay, now we're going to do A2. Like that, A2. Put your sharp point on the true length triangle. Strike an arc. And that is 2 now. Okay, A3. Sharp point on 3. Other end of your compass on A. Lock it in place. Transfer over to your true length triangle. Strike an arc. And that is 3. 4. Sharp point on 4. Open up your compass to A. Other end. Lock it in place. Like so. Put your sharp point on the vertical and horizontal lines meet. Strike an arc, and there's 4. 5. Put your sharp point on 5. Put the other end of your compass on A. Lock it in place, like that. Put your sharp point on your horizontal and vertical lines meet. Strike an arc, and there's 5. And then the last one is X. X is going to be right here. So we want to get the distance from center of the circle, from the center of the square from the outside. So we're going to go 5. Put sharp point on 5. Put your other end on X, or in this case the center of the square. Lock it in place. It's going to be like this. Now put your sharp point on your true length triangle A. Strike an arc. This is now going to be X. Hopefully you guys can see this. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and get the information from this to this side. So this will be section B. 1B. So 1 on your compass. The other end on B. Put your sharp point on your true length triangle B. Then strike an arc on the baseline. Like so, and there's 1. So this is 1. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do 2B. Put your sharp point on 2. Put your other end on B. Lock it in place. Put your sharp point on your true length triangle, B. Strike an arc. And there's 2. 3. Let's do 3. Put your sharp point on 3. Open up your compass on B. Lock it in place. Put your sharp point on B now on your true length triangle. Strike an arc. And there's 3. Let's do 4, sorry. So put your sharp point of your compass on 4. Open up your other end of the compass to B. Lock it in place. Hopefully you guys can see that. Put your sharp point on B, true length triangle. Swing it over and strike an arc. There's 4. 5. Put your sharp point on 5. Put your other end of your compass on B again. Lock it in place. Put your sharp point on your true length triangle B. Swing it over, strike an arc. There's your 5. And then X, since it's already there, so we're going to put our sharp point of our compass on 5, which is the center of the circle, to the center of the square on this side, which is X. Lock it in place. Put your sharp point on your true length triangle B. Strike an arc. And there's X. Alright, cool. So we got this down. So now that we got this information, now we're going to go ahead and start making our layouts right here. Let's go ahead and make a 7-inch horizontal line. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that could have used a square, but this is just a little bit more precise because it's tape measure is like really flush to the workplace here. Okay, so there's our 7-inch. Now we can go ahead and start and make our layout. So let's start with A1. All right, here we go. Get your compass, put your sharp point on 1, which is right here. Not the circle, but rather on the base of the true length triangle. I'm stating that so that we guys don't get confused. Okay, open up your pencil point of your compass to your 4-inch height mark. Lock it in place. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, put your sharp point on one side here. Throw a random mark in the center like so. Put your other point here. And now you found 1. Okay. Let me go ahead and mark this as A and A. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and get our distance from 1 to 2. So you're going to take your compass, put one sharp point on one number, and open up your compass to the other number. Lock it in place. Hopefully you guys can see that. The distance from 1 to 2. Okay. You're going to take your sharp point, put it on 1, and then strike half moon arcs on both sides of 1. Like this and like this. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and get your compass, go to 2, put your sharp point on 2, open up your compass, other end of the compass on 4, which is your 4-inch height mark. lock it in place. Now put it on A and strike an arc on the previous arc, crisscross it. Do the same thing on this side. And there you go. Now you found 2. All right. Rinse and repeat, right? Distance, now we're going to do 3, 2 to 3. And I believe this compass is already set. So it looks like it's pretty dialed in. Okay, so we're just going to stick with this. So we're going to put a sharp point on 2. Now we're going to strike a half moon arc on both sides of 2. Okay, we're going to take our compass and get the distance from 3. So go to 3. Put your sharp point on 3. Open up your other end of the compass on your 4-inch height mark. Lock it in place. Put your sharp point on A. Strike an arc on the previous arc. Go back to this side of A. Strike an arc. And now you found 3. All right. 4. Distance from 3 to 4. 3 to 4 looks like that. So we're going to take this information and then take this sharp point on 3 and strike an arc. Strike an arc on this one as well. Okay. Going to take our compass now and go to 4 on your true length triangle A. Put your sharp point on 4. Open up your other end on your 4-inch height mark. Lock it in place. Take your tip on A, sharp point. Take the other end of the compass and strike an arc there. Go to the other side of the A, strike an arc here. Now you found 4. Easy, right? Okay, 5. Distance from 4 to 5. I have this information already set right here. So that looks pretty good. So we're going to take our compass here and strike an arc on this side of 4. Go to this side of 4. Put your sharp point on 4 and strike another arc on that side. Now you have the distance from 4 to 5. So now you're going to go to your 5-inch, not 5-inch, but rather the 5 mark. So take your compass to number 5. Open up your other end on the 4-inch height mark, like so. Lock it in place. Take your tip on A. Strike an arc. Go to this side of the A. Strike an arc. Now you found 5. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and do X. So since we already have this right here, and we have this, so here, let me just show you what we're doing. So as you can see, so we have this, we have this. Now we're going to go ahead and make this flap here. So what you're going to do is, since you know you have 7 inches here, and we're going to do half of this layout on this, you're gonna reach out 3.5 inches, which makes 7 times 2. So you're going to put your compass on A and then throw your other end right there on X, because you know that this is 3.5. So you're going to put your compass on A here. You're going to strike a random half moon arc like so. Do the same thing on this end. Strike a half moon arc like so. Hopefully it'll fit because it's really tight. And now you're going to go to X, which is right here. Here's your baseline of true length triangle. So here's X. So put your sharp point on X. Put your other end of your compass on your 4-inch height mark. Lock it in place. Now you're going to put your sharp point on 5, like so, and then strike an arc where the half moon arcs were, right here. Do the same thing on this side. And strike a half moon arc like so. And now you found X. This is going to be really tight, so let me see if you guys can see that. So here's a half moon arc, and then X was right here. So we're gonna go ahead and combine 5 to X, and then 8X. Okay, do the same thing on this side. This is really close. So right around there. 5 to X, and then 8 to X. All right, let's go ahead and connect these numbers. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and make our bend marks. Let's go. Okay, A1, sorry, A1, A5, 4, 3, 2, and A1. All right, so there's your layout for one portion of this, which would be this one right here. Yeah. Okay. Yep, pretty close. All right, let's go ahead and do this bad boy here. 7-inch horizontal line. Oh, okay, so now we found both section B's. So we found these two right here. All right, let's start. Let's begin. It's all downhill from here. All right, so let's do horizontal. We're gonna do our two-lane triangle B, which is right here. And here's all the numbers for two-lane triangle B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then X is right here. Okay, so let's start with 1. So put sharp point on 1. Open up your other end on your 4-inch height mark B. Lock it in place. Let me just show you guys so you guys can see what I'm doing. Like that. Okay. Put your sharp point on B. Actually, let me label this so that way it's not confusing. And this is weird doing this in backwards, but that's fine. Okay, so put your sharp point on one of the B's. And you're going to strike a random mark somewhere here in the middle. Do the same thing on the other end. Put your sharp point on B, this side B. And crisscross the previous arc. And now you found 1. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and look for 2. So we want to get the distance from 1 to 2, which is right here. So the distance from 1 to 2 is like so. So I'm going to take my sharp point of the compass, put it on 1, and just start throwing half moon arcs on each side of 1 so that way we can find out where 2 is going to be at. So right around there. Okay, now we're going to go 2. So put your sharp point on 2. Two-lane triangle B. Open up your other end on your 4-inch height mark. Lock it in place. Take your sharp point on B and strike an arc. Go to this side of the B. Strike an arc And now you found 2. Okay, do the same thing. Now we're going to go for 3. So we need to get the distance from 2 to 3. So distance from 2 to 3 is like so. I already have that information on this compass, so I'm just going to use this. I want to go to 2, strike an arc on one side of 2. I'm going to strike another arc on the other side of 2, like so. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and get the distance of 3. So go to your true length triangle B on your baseline right here. Put your sharp point on 3. Open up your other end of your base. Your compass on your 4-inch height mark. Lock it in place like so. Okay, now go to B here and strike an arc. Go to the other side of B. Strike an arc like so. And now you found 3. Okay. 4. Distance from 3 to 4 is like this. So it looks pretty close. So I'm going to take this information, put your sharp point on 3. Throw an arc on that side of 3. Go to this side of 3. Draw another arc. Okay, now we're going to go and get the distance on our 4-inch height mark on true length triangle B. So we're going to go to sharp point, put it on 4, open up your other end of your compass to the 4-inch height mark like so. Lock it in place. Then put your sharp point on B. Strike an arc. Go to this side of B. Put your sharp point on this side of B. Then strike another arc on this side, and now you found 4. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and do 5. So now we have 4 right here. So the distance from 4 to 5 looks like this. So we're going to take this information, put our sharp point on 4. Strike an arc on that side of 4. Put this sharp point on this side of the 4. And strike an arc. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take our compass and go to 5. So here's our 5 on our true length triangle B on our baseline right here, as you can see. Put your sharp point on B. I'm sorry, not on B, on 5. Open up your other end on your 4-inch height mark like that. Lock it in place. Hopefully you guys can see that. Now you take your sharp point and put it on B. And swing it over, strike an arc like that. We missed it, but we'll fix that. Put your sharp point on B, on this side of B. Strike an arc on this side as well. We missed it as well, but we can fix that. And we almost found 5. So let's go ahead and, we know that the distance from 4 to 5 looks like this. So I already have this here. So I'm just going to simply finish that arc. There it is. Go to this side of 4. There it is. Now we found 5. Okay, we're almost done. Since we're only going to reach halfway of 7-inch square, that'd be 3 inches. So we know that from here to here, or X, is 3.5 inches. We're going to take our compass, put your sharp point on A or B, doesn't matter. Lock it in place on the center where the X is at. Take your sharp point on B and go ahead and strike an arc, half of an arc. Go point right here on B as well. So you can see I'm out of range, but we know it's going to fit, so we're going to strike an arc like so. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get X, which is the center of 5, the circle, and the center of the square, which is X, so X and 5. So you're going to put your sharp point on X, baseline, on your true length triangle, which is right here. and open up your other end of your compass to your 4-inch height mark. Lock it in place. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's right around there. Take your compass now, put it on 5, your sharp point on 5, which is here. And then crisscross the previous arc like that. Put your other sharp point, or not the other sharp point, but the sharp point again on this side of 5. Crisscross that previous arc, and now you found X. Let's go ahead and join these lines. So hopefully you guys can kind of see through all the noise. And what I mean by noise is all the lines overlapping, but I figure that since I already have the layouts already laid out, you guys can see what you guys have drawn. Normally for something like this, for beginners, you might have just done this in a separate page, like in a bigger, construction paper. But because I don't want to spend too much material on that, this is going to have to do. But again, if you guys have gone through my first videos, you guys should have experience enough to where you guys can kind of see through all this noise and know what's being drawn here. But I guess just to get to the point, it just won't fit because of obvious reasons. And the more extreme, these layouts get, meaning like the more extreme, like say the circle out of whack, like way out, and especially if the height is more than 4 inches, then obviously it's going to just require more workspace, and that's just something I just don't have. So that's why, I don't know if you guys kind of asked, like, why is he always going with 4-inch height? Well, that's because, again, it'll make it to where I can fit everything here easy. I will do other videos with other height differences. Maybe I'll make them like 5 inches or 3 inches. And it doesn't really make a difference. The only thing it does for me is it makes it a little bit harder to make everything fit. So yeah, as you can see with all these lines I'm making, this is what I mean by making there's just a lot of noise, just too much, a lot of lines overlapping. But hopefully you guys can see what's being drawn here and distinguish from A and B. All right, so there's this layout, which is this right here. What do you guys think? Pretty close, right? It's a little off right there, but that's fine. This should fit here. So let me just show you guys really quick. So we're gonna go. Like so. And then it wraps around like this. Go to the other side. And it wraps around like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this side. So this goes here. That, as you can see, it'll wrap around like so. Go back to the other side, line it up with the 7-inch square, and then wrap it around. Oops, slipped a little. And there it is. Alright, so that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one and give you guys more shapes, more challenges, and make this fun. Alright, have a good day. Bye.